Well, good evening and welcome to SFR League. We are doing an absolute spectacular outing tonight. We are doing a by-league competition with another racing league, the Contest of Speed. 20 drivers, 10 from each. I'm Energy Dad bringing the action, and joining me in the commentary box is SFR's none other Mad G. Gareth, how are you, mate? Welcome.
Oh, cheers for that, Dan. No, this is going to be a good one. I appreciate it. And I mean, look at this. This is one of a kind. It's going to be awesome. This is. I mean, 20 drivers, uh, blast around Silverstone. What else can you say? I'm hoping for a proper good one. It's going to be interesting now, as I did pick up on something. Um, Even though yes, everyone's in their own car, but no one effectively has a teammate they can rely on. So when it comes to team orders, I think it's going to be league orders.
Yeah, I expect that as well, mate. I think it's a nice touch actually, not having actually any teammates, and actually having the same constructor cars actually opposing each other. I think it's a brilliant touch that. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So just for our listeners, let's run through the SFR races for this evening. Obviously today, as Mad G Gareth said, we are at Silverstone for the first race. And next week will be an entirely different race, which we will let you know exactly what that is when we find out. However, going on to the races that will be competing tonight, we've both leagues have tried to keep it quite fair and take a cross-section skill set from across the leagues that they have. So in no particular order, in the Mercedes we've got P. Waters, in the Renault we've got Medium Pilot, in the Williams we've got Guile 18, in the Toro Rosso we've got TMC Yarham. In the Ferraris, Electro Dan. In the Haas is Laser Lord. In the Alpha is that guy Sven. In the McLaren, we've got Ogre Trainman. And then in the Red Bull Badger. And then bringing up the last person in the Racing Point is DCG. So, Gareth, what do you suspect from the SFR guys tonight? Who do you think is going to be in contention to bring it home for us?
Well, if anyone to bring it in to bring it home, you're looking at the two guys from the Prem. I know, let's say, Guile had a decent race previously in Singapore, but I think it's going to be down to Walters and Medium Pilot who are going to try and bring it home for SFR. It'd be nice to see Guile up there, especially Yaram as well, because he's bossing it in GP2 at the moment. Electra Dan's right behind him. But then again, all of them, Laserlord, Sven, Trainman as well, even Badger and DCG, they've all got potential of doing something in this race, but we don't know what the quality is like from the other league ourselves. We don't know if they just plucked them straight out of their top league. We've got no idea. Like I say, it's going to be a good one. It'll be nice if we can get up there and at least get ahead of a few of them and stay there.
Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, I mean, like you just said, mate, there's a lot of good talent in SFR. So it'll be interesting to see how we fare up, and let's hope they've not got 10 of their Premier Division drivers, because that'd make it a bit more difficult for us. But yeah, I think from discussions we've had with the other league, they do seem like fair guys. So hopefully it's going to be a good show. I agree with what you said about who we expect to be in the front. I also agree with what you said, like, people like DCG. He's my teammate in GP4, and he's absolutely stormed away. He might not be the fastest compared to the Prem guys, but he's very reliable. He very, very, very rarely makes mistakes. So people like DCG who don't make mistakes, they're going to be up there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we're doing the usual setup tonight. Everyone who's watching, it's going to be the 18-minute qualifying and a 50% distance race. So going on to that, Gareth, strategy round here. I mean, you're probably going for a one-stop, do you think?
You can push for a one stop. I mean, all depending on how much the tyres are going to degrade. So if anything, I can see this. This track is harsh on tyres regardless. So we've all known that there was always a different tyre compound in previous ones anyway. When you had the proper hard tyre, which no one ever used. So I can really see this. If people want to try and be good or anything, then yes, you can go soft medium. But if you want to try and be conservative and try and play the long game, then yeah, you're going to go soft hard all day long.
Okay. So do you think the guys would be a bit more careful when they go onto the hards? Because going from soft to hards, it's a big traction change, isn't it? I mean, it always tricks me when I go onto hards, and you just never expect them to be grippy, but the lack of grip always it throws me out. Do you think that could be something the guys get tricked out with today when they do put the hards on, or if they put the hards on?
It will be, yeah, it's going to do that anyway regardless. We all know the hards, they just take forever to heat up. And if you're going to put hard around here, you're looking at least 4 laps before you get up to speed. You're going to be losing it, especially in those fast corners, especially through Magus and Beg hits. It's going to be, like I say, if you're going to do that, you got to find a way to warm these tyres up as quickly as you possibly can to keep yourself in a just keep yourself in there, basically.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. I mean, putting the softs on from the get-go, especially qualifying on them, where you're going to use, maybe just under 2 race laps, even though it's 3 to do a qualifying lap. Normally equates to 2. Do you think the heavy fuel loads is going to be problematic for anyone who chooses softs?
I think it will, because they're going to burn up those tyres like there's no tomorrow. When they come out an out lap, they've got to be very slow going out lap, and then they've got to be very kind coming back in if they're going to do a soft lap. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them, especially qualifying now, go straight onto the hards and blast down those mediums, because it's going to be the long game. No one's going to want to play an early 1 stop, or even potentially try a 2. So if anything, it's going to be straight up medium. Either, like I said, it's soft to hards, or they might go into medium hards.
Yeah, that's providing it's dry as well. We never know. This could be it could be a wet one. So, or have I just
even already
by mentioning it?
Even in the chat already, DCG is doing a rain dance. So it looks like DCG wants rain.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, DCG is. I mean, I prefer driving in the rain. It kind of equals out the gap I have to most of the guys. But yeah, DCG is like myself. He does like the rain. It looks like it's a dry qualifying, so that's a good thing. So at least then we get the pace of the guys, or the true pace. So that's going to be really interesting.
It will be.
Go on, sorry, mate.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's going to be good to see if we hear anything from the guys in the pit lane now. Because to be honest, I'm looking at that sky. It does look cloudy. I wonder if we get any news about there could be any sort of rain later on in this. We'll find out from the guys.
It does look a bit grey, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Yeah, welcome to Middle England, eh?
SBG, thanks for the love, my friend. Me and Dan are going to rock this one all the way through.
So, looks like, cheers for the comments there, guys. It looks like it might be DCG coming out of the garages first. I think it is.
Yeah, it is. He's definitely coming out. It's definitely DCG, so he's the first one that's going to try and blast this one. Let's see what he can do.
Maybe he knows something's coming, Gareth. Maybe he knows there is rain coming.
Possibly, because
I mean, he's gone straight to the softs as well.
Yeah, he knows something. There's something going on, isn't it? Definitely. If he's going straight onto the softs, then even I wouldn't, because if it was me, I always go on the slowest tyre first, regardless. I was going to get myself a banker lap in.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Electro Dan is opting for the hards.
It's just changed back now. I think he's still in the garage because it went from softs to hards and it's gone down to mediums now. So
right.
Just keep an eye on that, because I imagine some of the guys coming out on the mediums might be actually setting fast laps on the mediums in the interest of changing the strategy up. So interesting to see what happens there, Gareth.
Brilliant. Well, I've just noticed it's pretty much all the SFR guys that are coming out first. I say we've got DCG on now. I think Laser Lord is out, Sven's out, Trayman's coming out, Volters is out. One of their guys, I'm going to call him Al, because I can't. My apologies, I can't pronounce the rest of his name, so I'm just going to call him Al.
Yeah, well, I think it'd be quite rude to try and pronounce his name, actually, to you, mate, because looking at that, it looks like it's a bit of a spoof name. I don't want to say it out loud, because I can read what he says.
That's it. Podge is also saying, hey guys, let's do this for the boys, go team SFR. That's exactly what we're going to be doing here tonight.
Yeah, that's it. So we're just watching now. DCG is coming across the line to start his fast lap. Let me just put the telemetry data on for you guys so you can keep track of everything. There you go. So yeah, he's probably going to go hell for leather on this. I suspect he's got light fuel loads in this car to try and keep the tyre wear down. But he's looking tidy as always. Do you want to take it from me, Gav? Just give us a rundown on what's happening.
Well, I'll try to. I am a little bit behind, so I do apologise. But he's just coming down the first straight now. As I see it, DRS is wide open. So again, I do apologise if I'm a little bit behind with my commentary. He's looking quite tidy.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, Gav. No, he just coming out of one of the intermediate corners, and he got some massive kick of oversteer. I imagine he's bailed out of that now, mate. So yeah, let's try and find.
He did.
Let's go for that guy Sven. No, he's not out
I
yet.
think it's Sven's out. So is Laserlord as well. So I'm trying to think which one's doing theirs first. I think it's Laserlord first.
Right, let's go for Laserlord then. Find him.
It's down number 6.
Ah, there we go. Yep. Thanks for that, mate. So he's just coming through Sector 2 now. We're about to go into the bridge. He's just joined Sector 3 now. Looks like we are getting more and more grey clouds coming, but he is actually pinned out on this.
Yeah, everyone's out on the softs. They know rain's coming, so I
Yeah.
think we're going to see a few laps, and then that's going to be it.
I
Literally,
agree,
that's going to be it.
Definitely agree with you there, because it is looking more and more grey. Just watching Laserlord coming out. So 1:27.305. He takes provisional pole there. Let's just go down.
You need to watch out for Sven, because I think he's not too far behind.
That guy's Sven, yep. So he's just about to come across the line now. That guy's Sven jumps into second place with a 1:27.739. Fantastic stuff from him. So SFR leading the field as we speak. And P Waters, he goes even quicker with a 1:26.918. Absolute stonking lap there.
There we go. Even DCG, even though we had that twitch, he's actually recorded. It's not. I don't think he's going to be happy with a 1:43.3, to be honest.
Olga Trainman, he just goes across with a 1:27.489 and pushes that guy Sven down to 1:27.7 in 4th place.
Yeah, I can see Treyman and Sven. They're going to be working together, with them being the Swedish force in GP3 at the moment. Both brothers. They're going to be working together on this if they can find a way.
So just running down, we've got Badger who's coming down to into Sector 3 now. It'll be a slow lap, but yep, slots into P6 does Badger, so fair play from Badger, and someone else has gone to the top. TMC Yaham, he's just done in a P2 position, 1:27.064. Guile 18's now got third place, so yeah, absolute brilliant lap from him.
But I said the only one of theirs at the moment is that Al. He did a 1:35.7, so he must have had a mistake somewhere. Had to have had a mistake somewhere, a massive twitch. There's going to see. I mean, I'm surprised Medium Pilot's not been out yet. What's he actually waiting for?
Unless he's waiting for the track to rubber in.
Possibly, but he's still favouring those mediums.
Well, it could be mediums to hards. Maybe he's hard on the tyres. The thing is, I'm not up to speed with some of these guys and what their strategies are like.
Tichy's moved into 8th place for theirs with a 1:28.2. So far, we've got the edge from 1st to 7th.
Look now.
Ooh, Mitch with a 1:27.3.
Wow. So yeah, good thing from Mitch there. Not a bad lap at all on those soft tyres. So we've still got the likes of Varam 117, we've got Fruticoot, we've got Raikkonen, Sergey, we've also got Electro Dan, Rosa and Medium Pilot all still waiting to set fast laps.
So Rosa's come out now, so it's, let's say Rosa's on the way. Medium Pilot is now on an outlap, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Medium Pilot top the pile here. I'm gonna say at least a 1:26.8, 26.8, 26.7 at least.
Really? Oh, okay then. I look forward to it. Now you've said it. It's we're all gonna be looking out for that, mate.
Oh, definitely. I watched his race before in Singapore. He's extremely quick. The guy's electric fast.
Wow, VRT Raikkonen from COS has just gone faster with a 1:26.751, 2/10 quicker than P Walters. So yeah, we're literally putting our hopes on Rosa and Medium Pilot.
So Medium Pilot can actually get this done.
Yeah, so Rosa's just coming down the straight in Sector 2 into Sector 3 now. So I don't think we've got 10 minutes left of this qualifying session. We don't see any rain as of yet, but it is Silverstone in Middle England, so you never know what the weather can throw our way.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, Rosa
Rosa
slips into P10 there. So we've got Medium Pilot is coming round Sector 1.
Rosa does a 1:27.7.
Oh wow.
knocks down DCG and Badger down even further. I think Badger can go quicker than this, I'm sure he can.
Yeah, I think DCG can as well. I mean, I'd put DCG probably low 27s around here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're looking at...
I think we're still going to see Laserlord jump up a position here, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a... Oh, Tichy's actually left this session, so it looks like one's dropped out already. Hope they can get that person back in.
Yeah, I'm sure those guys will be all over that and getting quickly back into the session. But yes, I'm still wondering why these guys are waiting. You know, we've all got Fruit Cool, we've got Sergi, Electrodan and Medium Pilot, all still not setting lap times.
No, but I'll say Sergi, Electrodan and Medium Pilot are doing something now. Fruitful Coot, by the looks of it, is now on a second outlap, so they must have validated their first one, hence why they've not gone up any further.
Oh, that's interesting stuff. I think it looked there like Medium Pilot had a bit of a flappy wing on the left side there. I hope that's not damage. No, it might have just been visuals casting it differently there, but yeah, it looked... Oh, wow, brilliant lap from Medium Pilot. A 126.857 for SFR's Medium Pilot. Absolutely blistering lap there. He's literally 1/10 slower than COS's Raikkonen. So absolutely fantastic stuff there. Electro Dance is coming through sector 2 now. What belongs to see set his fast lap, so I'm really intrigued to see what Electro Dan can do. Gareth, what do you think Electro Dan can pull out the bag here?
Electro Dan's quick, so but I think he's going to pull out a 127 at least. I'll say around about 127.2. I think he's going to be the pace roundabout guy, you know.
Yeah, it'd still be good to see him up there. So yeah, I probably agree with that from what I've seen of Electro Dan. Again, Electro Dan's pretty consistent driver as well, so he's a powerful force to reckon with, and he drops up into P11 with a 127.560. Let's just try and check in with the front runners, see where they are. So Medium Pilot's back into sector 2. Is he up or down? We'll soon see. Yeah, he's going slower there. He's put 2 seconds on his cool down lap.
Riggs has actually pointed something out. We've actually only got 19 drivers.
Yeah, I think someone's dropped out. Did you mention a minute ago?
No, he's still there. He's classified as 16th. We've only had 19 to begin with, so unless one's actually coming late or unable to get in at the time, so must be one of the...
Yeah, there was a racer that was delayed to the track, probably stuck in all the floods that we've been having, so that's the reason for the missing driver, mate.
Well, thanks to Pure Blades, who's actually cleared that up. It's obviously a racer called Jacob has had to drop out. So it is obviously 10 against 9. It's a bit of a shame that someone's had to drop out just due to the poor weather we've had, but it's a bit of a shame. Hopefully that person can obviously get back in and obviously jump in for the next race when we get to it with this.
Yeah, and I'm really intrigued to find out where we'll be racing next. For all our listeners out there, each respective leagues basically voted for their choice of track. First time round it was Silverstone, and then next week it will be a different choice. We will let you know what that is when we find it out. But at the meantime, we are tackling Silverstone.
I'll tell you what though, Fruitful Coop's actually just gone fastest with a 126.4. That is electric. Wow. Guile is now in third with a 126.8. Only was it two 100ths quicker than Medium Pilot. So it's... I'll tell you what, these are some fast guys at the top.
Yeah, certainly faster than me, Gareth, I tell you that, mate. I am not one of the fast guys, that's why I'm in the commentary box. I'm not even partaking in this.
So everyone's asking about how the point systems work. Thank good for our good Lee Carroll sorting that one out. It is 20 points for first and all the way through till you end up with 1 point for last place. Hopefully that clears it all for you guys.
So just riding on board with DCG, he's got some fresh softs on. It looks like he's up. Yeah, he's up a tenth of a second, so he's actually improving on his time.
A tenth is all he needs.
Yeah.
Because it will, if he can find a couple more, because actually he's lumbering down in 15th at the moment. I think my prediction of possibly a bit of rain has gone straight out the window because it is getting brighter out there. So maybe now.
DCG.
Maybe just wait.
doesn't improve. 10,000 of a second slower than his fastest lap time there. We got Juventus, he's gone wide. So we got COS's Tichy going around in sector 2. He's going to try and improve, but he's one of the slower drivers out there. So we've got P Waters, he's coming through sector 3 now, Gareth. Let's just see.
He's got to do it.
Improve. He needs to find a 10th, so yeah, just over a 10th. He's come back into the fresh run by the looks of it. 4 minutes left. Fruitful coup, he is leading a 126.4. P2 currently is P Waters, then VRT Raikkonen, Guile 18, Medium Pilot in P5, Sergi in 6, we've got TMC Yarman in 7, Varmai in 8th, we've got that guy Sven in 9th, Mitch in 10th, Laser Lord 11th, Ogre Trainman in 12th, Electro Dan in 13th, Rosa in 14th, and then DCG, Juventus, Tichy, Badger and Alatak in 19th.
So glad that we're not racing this, because we'd just be as slow as Alatak here, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I probably would be around the 133s or 132s around here.
No, I still think we'd hold our own, but we'd be at the bottom somewhere down to the mid 128s, to be honest.
Mate, I'd be like a toddler clinging onto a big brother's coat. I would literally get in the tour all the way around this circuit just to even not get lapped.
I'll just deal about. I'll just block everything and said, nope, you're not passing, I stay in front.
So just on board with Medium Pilot, who knows he's just come back in. He was actually up on that time, but he's decided to, he's probably seen the time and gone, do you know what, maybe I want the best lap, I'll come and get some fresh rubber. So he's probably going to make it out for one last fast lap. So we'll see from Medium Pilot, who's now down in P5, Gareth. P5, sorry.
He's dropped down, hasn't he? Yeah, he's dropped. A further update on why Alatak is actually 7 seconds off the pace. I appreciate Pure Blades for keeping us updated as well. Before we can say anything else, he's actually racing with a broken wrist. So,
wow.
So fair play to pull out a 135. This is information we didn't know, so we do apologise if it seemed that we were thinking something else. Of course, that's not what we intend to do. But thank you for clearing that up. And if he can actually go quicker than that, I'll be extremely impressed.
Yeah, I would with a broken wrist, mate. Yeah, definitely. That's crazy. So take my hat off to Alatak there. Brilliant stuff.
I mean, again, he's not letting his own league down either. You know, he's willing to race with a broken wrist. I mean, that's actually quite incredible. So, I mean, all credit to him. You know, all the way. So, I mean, I don't think I could actually play with a broken wrist. Maybe on a controller, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, I won't even risk going on a wheel. I mean, when I do go on wheel, I have my force feedback quite high, and I imagine doing that with a broken wrist is probably not the best idea, Gareth. What do you think?
I don't know. We can ask one person who actually does do it anyway, and that's Rebecca Bitzer.
Oh, right, yeah.
If you think about it, he plays with one arm that basically doesn't work, and he does everything with his left arm. And yes, he's the slowest driver in Formula 1, but give the guy credit. He's basically driving with one hand.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise it was that bad with his hand. I thought it was just, along the lines of losing a little bit of strength or coordination with it. I didn't realise it was literally useless.
It is. It's basically useless. He can't really do much with it at all, because I say he had a rally crash. He was basically severed, so they had to theoretically stitch it back on. If you ever notice him, it's very his arm is extremely skinny compared to his other ones, so he can't put anything in. Oh, guy's retired. That's unfortunate. It's not what we want to happen to one of our guys is to retire. Oh, fair play. Pure Blades is updating us about this as well. On Alatak, he's actually sorted out his steering wheel, so he's got both his shifters on the left-hand side.
Never.
Yeah.
Wow. Right, I'm more impressed there then.
He is basically doing aerobic Ibiza. That is basically it.
That's amazing. So fair play.
Fair play to him. Yeah, fair play.
We're going to try and blast through and see who we've got on fast laps and where they are. So it looks like...
I think most of them are. I think they're all out. I think there's only 3 of them that are in the pits, which is Laser Lord, Rosa Sky 1, and of course DCG. They're all in the pits. All the rest... Badger has now dropped. Oh, I tell you what, Alatak now, brain with the broken wrist, and he's just gone fastest.
I just missed that. I was looking at the other side of the screen. 126.223 with a broken wrist. So yeah, fair play to him. But we're getting on board with Mitch. He's sitting down in P13. He's going to try and get into the top 10. Coming around the last corner now. He just misses out. He can't improve. I think he did improve actually, but it wasn't enough to go higher. Then that guy Sven, I think he's moved up now by 1 place. Yeah, he was up 3/10 on that one. We've got
DCG. Yeah.
Here we go. We've got Tichy in sector 3. He's low down. Let's see if we can get some other guys. Sorry guys, let's try and go front of the grid. We've got medium pilot all the way down in P9 now. He's coming through sector 3 now, mate.
Let's get on board. Let's see what we can do.
He's looking tidy.
I'm sure he can get this. He knows what he needs to do. He can find the pace. He knows what he can do this.
Oh, he slides into P4. Wow.
That'll do.
Improve.
So, by the looks of it now, it's COS on the front row. We've got our guys. Basically, we've got 2 and 3 tied up at the moment. Not unless Sergei can come up and spoil the party, because he's the last one in space. No, he's not.
Pits, so that looks like that's in order.
There we go. There we go indeed. So it was a COS front row with Alatak and Fruitful Coot. But if you look at it, it's Mercedes, Renault, Mercedes, Renault.
Yeah, I noticed that. So it looks like these guys have really found themselves tuned into these cars. So just as we're running down the clock, let's just give everyone a notification of who's where. So we've got Alatak in P1, we've got Fruitful Cool in P2, P Waters in 3, we've got Medium Pilot in 4, Guile 18 in 5, Laser Lord in 6, Sergi in 7, TMC Yaham in 8th, we've got Raikkonen in 9th, we've got that guy Sven in 10th, Rosa in 11, Otto Trainman in 12, Varamaya in 13, Mitch in 14, Electrovan in 15, DCG in 16, Juventus in 17, Tichy in 18, and then Badger in 19. That is everyone's positions for the race. What do you make of that, Gareth? Bit of a mixed bag there.
It is a mixed bag, isn't it? I mean, you can definitely tell the class. You can tell which are their Prem guys and which are our Prem guys and so forth going down the list. But if Medium Pilot can find some pace, because he was 2/10 off, so if he can find some good race pace, it's going to be those 4 easily. We don't know how if Guile could go any quicker at all, because unfortunately he crashed out. But Guile lays, I think, top 6, because there's only scratch that down to 9th. There's just under half a second between the lots. That's going to be some fun.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Just noticed as well, actually, Gareth, going down the flag column there, we've actually got quite a diverse crowd here. We've got some Spanish, some German, some Dutch. We've got some people from Sweden, some from America. So yeah, we're actually, this is a world league tonight. Really impressive.
It really is. It's going to be some good fun. See what happens here.
It's raining, Gareth. There you go.
No.
There you go. It's raining. Sorry to cut you off there, mate, but I got super excited when I saw them rain droplets. This is going to be exciting.
I did say something was going to happen.
There you go. And that's what we call the commentator's curse. They will be cursing you after this, I guarantee that.
Well, now who will have the pace? Who's going to have the pace? But everyone's going to have a dry setup as well. No one's going to run a wet setup. It'd be ridiculous. But how do we know they weren't running some sort of wet setup knowing this?
That is a good point, mate, because we don't get to see that. So that is an extremely valid point there. Could this be one of those wet to dry races, do you think? I mean, that looks pretty dry down the home straight there. That's better. It doesn't look super wet. I mean, it's intermediates. I would love to know if it's going to dry out, mate. I really would.
Oh, God, do you mean if it dries out quickly, do you go straight onto hards to blast out the rest of the race? That's the thing.
I think once it's dry enough, the key is getting onto those slick tyres as quickly as possible.
Ooh, this is going to be fun. This is just what we want to spice things up now, honestly.
So I reckon coming through Maggots and Beckett's is going to be where we might see the first lot of incidents, especially cold intermediate tyres in these over damp conditions, let's say.
Lee's got it bang on as well. It wouldn't be Silverstone unless there was rain.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. Ah, right then, we do have 20 drivers as well, as Jacob has made it in.
So it'll be interesting to see what Jacob can do, because obviously he'll be on a normal setup. He won't have been able to select his normal car setup for this. So this could actually be working in Jacob's favour if he's gone for a medium setup, or a level setup. He could very well have the extra grip needed to be faster than everyone else here.
I mean, possibly. We don't know how fast Jacob is. You know, we don't know if he's from the top league, middle league, bottom league. We just don't know. So we'll have to watch him with a bit of a. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. He might be a bit of a surprise package for all we know.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. It don't look too wet though. Look at this circuit. There's no massive standing water patches.
There's not, no, but we don't know if that's going to get any wetter, to be honest. Obviously, comment from Pure Blades here. He's watching both streams, so good on you that one. I really appreciate it. Obviously, I know you're going to be supporting COS, but you know, thanks for the support. Checking us out on SFR as well.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, thanks a lot very much for that, mate. That's really nice. So just watching the cars come around the last turn, taking up the positions in their respective boxes. Let's try and go just towards the front a little bit. Probably, yeah, we'll try and see if we can watch it from medium pilot's perspective. Isn't it much action? So here we go for the lights. We've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, and the 4 lights, 5 lights. And they're out and away they go. So it looks like medium pilot got away pretty well there. We've still got the Mercedes out in front of Al Attack. Medium pilot up in second. Fruitful Cool is still, he's up to P3 now. Guile 18, he's up 1 position. So fantastic start there from the 4 front runners with a little bit of jostling. Looks like everyone's kept it on track.
Yeah, obviously my end is just coming into the 3rd corner now, so I am getting a bit of a delay, but it's going to help us out even more if something happens.
Oh, we just see a Red Bull going up in the background there. Gareth sort of break you off. The Red Bull of Tichy, he just went a little bit wide coming down that last corner, and he's gone off and he's dropped down.
Yeah, he has.
18 now, mate.
Oh, he's gone well off, hasn't he? He went miles wide.
As we're just on board with Fruitful Cute, who's all over the back of Al Attack in P2. So medium pilot is up at a P1 now.
Oh, I feel sorry for Treyman. He's had an absolutely poor start. So I mean, he's dropped right to the back. So it's a bit unfortunate for him. Jacob has gone up by 4 places, but Mitch and Treyman looks like they both had a bit of a bad start. So there must be some sort of tussle to begin with. So they've dropped off. But go on, medium pilot.
Big up medium. So yeah, medium pilot is leading with Al Attack in P2, who is getting some serious pressure from Fruitful Coot. And we've got Guile 18 over the back of him. He's dropped down 7 tenths behind Fruitful Coot now. And just behind him is Sergey, his teammate in P5. We've got P Waters, who's only 4 tenths back from Sergey, so he could be putting some pressure on. He's staring straight down his gearbox. Let's just see if he can, what he can do coming down these last few corners. Medium pilot with a set fast lap of 145.379. Okay, so P Waters moves to the right. Tries to hit the inside line. Both respectful drivers there. Left each other room. He had to back out a little bit. This is what he can do now. Sergey goes a little bit wide. So does P Waters jump on the chance? Goes around the outside. Can he make this stick? They are literally switching and swatching their positions. It looks like P Waters has got it done, but they're still side by side.
He's got to have it down into the next one easily. It looks like he's going to be close now.
Yeah, they're pretty balanced on pace here. Looks like he got a bit of a tank slapper there from Sergey, who's now dropped behind him, and Pete has got it done. How long that will last, we do not know. So just checking in with the front runners. Medium pilot is leading now by 1.3 seconds. Fruitful Coup is only 3 tenths behind Al Attack. So we could possibly see a bit of a position change here with these two. We've got Guile breathing down the neck, 8 tenths behind Fruitful Coot. So let's just hang on here and see exactly what Guile 18 can do.
Yeah, I'll say medium pilot, but he's got the race pace. He can control this now. He really can control it, and he's just pulling away. The guy's pulling away. I did tell you this guy's quick.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what Alatat can do or Fruitful Coot can do, but I won't be surprised before too long to see Guile start to push through them.
Sorry, break off. We've got a major battle pack here at the back with DCG. We've got DCG, then Jacob, then that guy Sven, then Varmir, then Electro Dan. I just spotted it at the bottom, mate. I had to cut off from the leaders to get this because they are it's like a shark pack chasing down a great white.
Goodness gracious! I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3. There's about, I don't know how many. I haven't got enough fingers to count on.
There's
that
seven
many
guys
of them.
all chasing each other there.
There are. I mean, again, the Jacob. Whoa, Yoram. Oh, Yoram's jumped into the pit, so he must have picked up a little bit of damage from somewhere. But I mean, look at them. They're all together. DCG, Jacob, Sven, Electro Dan, Rosa, Varamir, Tichy. And Badger's trying to get back onto the back of him, and I think he will. You know, Badger's on the back of him.
So I went back from all those cars there just to give people an indication of how long. As you see there, just go around this left-hand bend, you just see how close these guys are. Electro Dan all the way back of that guy Sven. So two of the SFR guys battling out for P12. It was as well in this pack, so it's fantastic this.
Let's just hope our guys keep it clean and don't start nicking and knocking everyone out. Sai, yes, DCG in the points. In fact, he's been in the points from the start. It is literally giving out points from 1st to 20th.
Sorry, we've got that guy Span, and he's lost a wing, mate. He's lost a wing. We just saw him go a little bit wide. I don't think it was contact.
Well, it wasn't that. Oh no, yeah, it was. Oh no, it's that corner. Even I lose it there.
Yeah.
You've got to have the weight distribution at the back of it, otherwise your back end will step out. The amount of times I've done it, and I still do to this day.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, mate. So we're just watching Jacob all over the back of SFR's DCG. DCG's not giving it up easy. He's putting his car well and truly in the middle of the circuit, but does get a bit of a tank slap. He's now on the inside. Does get it back, but he's going to be under attack towards the end of this back straight.
DCG will make that car as wide as what Stroll's dad's bank account is. Do you know what I mean? He's going to make it as wide as possible.
And we've also got Electro Dan pushing on the back of him, so DCG could get a bit of saving grace here. If Electro Dan can go around the outside, as I said he did, now let's hope DCG cuts him off. So I imagine we're going to see Electro Dan come through these two. Let's just hope DCG can see what's happening and leaves it, lets him through a place where he can block but let Electro Dan through and release him off. But it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, DCG can be clever here. He can back Jacob into Dan, and obviously get Dan to pass him as well.
He's not giving his position up at all. He's just going through those corners there. Whoa, a bit of contact there.
Ooh,
it looks like he's got the move done now, but then the Sven is all over the back of him. This could actually favour DCG, who's back in the inside line. There's more contact again, but they saved it. They didn't go spinning round. So there's an absolute fantastic battle as we just see Jacob and Electro Dan go side by side.
Ooh, it's too wide as well.
This is getting me really nervous, Gareth. I don't know about you.
Oh, go on Electro Dan. Dan's got him. I'd like to say a bit further behind, but going through Maggots and Beckett's, Dan got past. That's fantastic. That's brilliant. I knew that something like that was going to work. DCG was going to make it hard for him to pass, and Dan just snuck up and took it.
Absolutely fantastic. So no change so far with the weather. Let's just jump on board with Guy 18, who is only half a second down from Fruitful Coot. So he's still. He's dropped that now down to 3:10. So we are looking good from Guy 18, who's all over the back of Fruitful Coot. So good stuff from him.
Yeah, and he was going to come into it all day long, was Guile. Rick's stating in the chat here, he's having a guess. He's going light rain till lap 11.
So we could be drying out then.
But we don't know. The only guys I know are these ones that are racing. You'd watch it, we don't know this stuff, which makes it even better.
Yeah, it is. That's the excitement. Just looking down the order now, we've actually got a couple of movers in the form of Badger, who's less than 2/10 behind Rosa.
Go on, Badger lad, you know you can do it. Looking back at the front, I think Pilot's starting to edge it out because it was stable for a bit, and Media Pilot's put his foot down. Basically, he's gone 2.1 second clear. He's put his foot down.
So yeah, maybe,
he's like, nah, lads. He's gone around and says, nah, you ain't catching me. You had me in qualifying. Just watch me in the race. Bye.
Yeah.
That's just a simple one.
Again, we've got, just looking down the order, Guile again is back up to 4 tenths. Just dropped back a little bit. Maybe just keeping these tyres cool, not putting too much. If these guys know when the rain's going to stop or when about it's going to stop, they could very well have been saving tyre life, and they're going to do the last, say, 4 or 5 laps, which will be now, you know, pick up the pace and try and burn some of that rubber off, knowing that the dry weather's coming.
Possibly. It is. Oh, Volters has gone. No.
TMC Yahams has picked up a 10-second time penalty exceeding track limits. 10 seconds? That must have been a big off. Let's just drop down and have a look at TC Yarman. I think he's had an off because he's going really slow there. So yeah, I reckon TMC Yarns has actually lost it somewhere and majorly cut a corner by accident.
Oh, Dan's left the session as well. Oh no, we're falling apart.
Oh no.
Volters is retired. I think Yarm's got front wing damage, and Dan's left the session.
Wow.
Oh dear. So, looking back at the front now, Medium Pilot just thought, okay, a lap ago was 2.1, I'm going to put it 2.8.
Yeah, fair play for him though. Yeah, it's nearly touching 3 seconds now for Medium Pilot. Absolutely fantastic stuff from the SFR racer there. Just looking down the list, Gareth, we've got Badgers now up at P12, is less than half a second behind Rosa.
Yeah, obviously he would have got past Badger because Badger will be Electro Dan will be a ghost now, so Dan will drop down to the back of the pack, which is a bit of a shame. Hopefully Yarn can sort himself out and get back up there, and obviously start chasing down Mitch. Sorry?
Hopefully we'll get Dan back as well.
Okay, safety car.
Oh,
Thank you guys in the chat. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either. Sorry, guys.
So yeah, I would. It makes no sense. Everyone jump in now, get a fresh set of inters on. Yeah. It makes sense.
Nah, Fruitful Coot's actually come in, mate. Fruitful Coot's not coming in.
The reason why Volters had to retire, and unfortunately it's a bit of a shame that he's had to leave because the race start took so long. He had things to do. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully next time that won't be the case, but real life always comes first. We all know that.
Yeah. So there we go. So Fruitful Coot has caught up with the safety car. Medium Pilot is a good 20 seconds behind him. In fact, let me just change the graphic there. Let's put tyre, just so we know. There we go, guys. So looking down the order, we can actually see who's pitted and who hasn't pitted. The likes of, and you're saying that they're still coming around the pits now, so it looks like everyone is pitting. I know Mitch has stayed out.
Yeah, so
Mitch
Fruitful stayed out. Rosa stayed out.
That's interesting.
Sven and Trainman will stay out. I'm surprised Sven and Trainman are so far down. Hopefully they can start picking out.
Could this actually be because the dry weather is coming then? Do you think people want a track position?
Safety car makes no sense. You've got a safety car. Now if the dry is coming, everyone's going to have to dive in anyway for those tyres. But 90% of this field, or 99% of this field, has now got a fresh set of tyres on. So when it does, if it does go dry, Fruitful Coot has got 6 lap older tyres on, whereas Medium Pilot does not.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So just looking there at the graphic for the position changes, Juventus up 9 positions. He's the looks like he's the biggest gainer so far. Just having a look, see, we've got Badgers up 8 positions.
DCG's up 7 as well.
Yeah, so nice work from DCG and Badger. They have actually stopped though. Yeah, we've actually got TMC Yarn who's actually done 2 stops now, because we did see TMC Yarn go a little bit wide into the barriers just off the back section, so he's actually stopped twice.
Yeah, but I say this is still going to help regardless if he's got to pit third time for fresh slicks, because the entire field has to catch up. And Yarham, Trainman will be clever and just let Yarham go. Trainman, I know Yarham is extremely quick. I mean, Yarham's leading GP2, GP2. Trainman would not hold him up; he'll let him go.
Yeah, I don't see
Simple as that.
I don't see this sky getting any lighter. I think if someone said lap 11, were they guessing lap 11 or do they know inside information? There's even standing water there.
I think it's a pure guess. They're just guessing. But if anything, there is standing water. Then this track is getting wetter.
So yeah, interesting stuff there. It just doesn't look like it's clearing up. There's still a full grey cloud, a full grey sky there. Looks like there's plenty of water to shed onto the track. No signs of easing up as of yet. So yeah, maybe the guys that did come in for extra intermediate tyres, maybe they are onto something. Maybe they know that the rain's going to be longer and they're going to need that extra rubber to fight back. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens here.
It really will. I don't think Rd1 can get back in. They've only sent out one invite.
Wow.
Make sure that next time we make sure there's several. So obviously Rd1's going to be running around still as a ghost, which is a bit unfortunate because eventually he's going to start propping up the rear end of the standing orders. To be honest,
Rd1's in P15. I tell you what, just in the interest of keeping him in the fight, I'm going to actually invite him in. So bear with me. I can't. No, I can't. Yeah, I did try. I can't. I've not got an option to invite him in, so unfortunately I can't. So, just running down the order while waiting for the slowest safety car I've ever seen in my life go around the track. We've got Fruitful Coot in P1. We've got SFR's Medium Pilot in P2. We've got Alatak in P3. Guile at 18 in P4. Raikkonen in P5. Sergi in 6. Laserlord in 7. Juventus in 8. DCG in 9. Badger in 10th. Let me correct myself. Mitch goes for pits. So it's Laserlord. I know, yeah. So we've got Laserlord, Juventus, DCG, then Badger, then Rosa, then Varmy. That guy Sven, Rd1, Jacob, Tichy, and then I think Mitch is dropping down. Then it's Ogre Trainman, then Yarham, and then Mitch. So I think we might actually have to wait for Mitch to catch the train before the safety car can come in, or do you think will they just put the safety car in?
It won't. No, they won't wait for one guy to catch up. You mean you see it in races today? As long as everything's clear and there's space, then they'll let the safety car out. As long as they have around about 95% of the grid formed up, or should I say the queue formed up, they'll let it go.
That's good to hear. Exactly.
I mean, he's only 11.10. Yeah, he's only 10 seconds behind us. Lights are still on.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they might have to do one more circulation of this track.
Coming on the back straight now, they could very well bring it in this way. It's been out. This will be its third lap it's doing.
Yeah, he's caught up. Mitch is caught at the back of the train now, so he's fine.
Right, let's hope they bring it in. Not long to go now.
The joys of this game, I've noticed, when there's a safety car, you come into a pit, you can blast it round for a lap, which is always good fun. There's no pain. She's like, no, I'm going to put my foot down, off I go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I do think the restarts need to improve though. I don't think the restarts on 2019 are as smooth as or as real as they could be.
To be honest, I wouldn't know myself. This is my first ever stint in anything like this for league racing, even though I've played racing simulations for as far as I can remember, back to the old Jeff Crammon days.
Gareth, sorry there. Someone's lost a bit of carbon fibre.
I could just see that. That is. Check the Red Bull or the Haas.
Yep, Red Bull.
Which is
it's the front left of Badger.
It's Badger.
Oh, Badger. Oh no, he got hit there. He got hit by the Racing Point. It looked like the Racing Point was coming in. Was it Varmy, I believe? Yeah, Varmy was coming in.
It was.
And hit the back of Badger.
Oh, he's got a 5-second penalty for it as well, which I think is well deserved. I think Badger wanted to come. Badger did get in, but Vandermeer was too punchy to get in before him.
So the safety car has come in. We are back to racing now. Fruitful Coot is in the lead with Medium Pilot in P2 chasing down Fruitful Coot. So just running down now from driver perspective, you can see that the train has formed. We have got a bit of a gap now, Gareth. We've got Guile 18 who's actually got over a second gap in front of Raikkonen. And
Yeah,
Guile
Giles
18,
bolted, hasn't he?
he looks like he's on it because he's all over the back of Alatak's gearbox. He's giving him some serious pressure.
Well, yeah, what was it? Either, I can't think of, what was it, Alatak or Fruitful Coot didn't come in for those tyres. So.
Yeah, it was Fruitful Coot, yeah.
So Medium Pilot must have just had a bad start, to be honest, hence why Fruitful Coot got him.
I mean, Fruitful Coot's on nine lap old tyres. We'll put the graphic up there for you, mate.
9 laps.
If this rain goes on anything longer than, say, 7 laps, Fruitful Coot's in trouble.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to be able to make those. He can't make those last.
Just on board with Medium Pilot now. He moves to the right. He's going to go around the outside. Doesn't quite get it stuck, but he's going to get a good drive out now. See those brakes, it's glowing as the brakes are clamping on. He tries to go around the outside again, but thinks better of it. He's going to get a great drive now, coming across the line. Medium Pilot sets the fastest lap. He's in the slipstream. Navigating turn 1, and he's just dropped back a little bit. Let's ride on board with Medium Pilot, because I think he's going to get this done. Oh, he does. He does. He has a beautiful switch on the inside.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch it now myself.
Oh, he's
we'll
back
watch
again.
it here now.
So these two chopping and changing, but we've got Guile 18 all over the back of Medium Pilot as well now, so it's a 2-for-1 situation. Juventus, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, as we just see Alatak get in front of Medium Pilot there. Oh, maybe a little bit of contact there, but then Guile 18's in the mix now. Oh, it's 2 in a bed there. We had 2 in a bed.
Right then, now then, what's going to go from here? What is going on? I mean, Alatak's... How is that? What? How did... How's he got himself through there? The guy's driving with a broken wrist, for God's sake, and he just took out 2 guys in 2 corners.
That was a fantastic overtaking manoeuvre from Alatak there. And Fruitful Coot is through again into P2. So we've got Guile 18 and Medium Pilot in 3 and 4, chasing down Alatak and Fruitful Coot. As we see Guile 18 over the back of Medium Pilot.
Yeah, all this fight between these top 4 is actually bringing Raikkonen into play, VLT Raikkonen, because he's right on the back of Guile.
Wow, so it's a 5 racer train here. This has been an absolute epic battle. Raikkonen he's all over the gearbox, isn't he? He really is.
He really is. I'm enjoying this. I really am enjoying this.
Oh, Medium Pilot goes to have a look on the right side, thinks better of it.
The Medium Pilot has to get past Fruitful Coot sooner rather than later, because Alatak will start pulling away before too long if he can't get past him. He's got to get him.
I actually think Medium Pilot by this time, I think he wanted to be dropped back a little bit and just add pressure, because he's moves to the left, he's coming down the straight now, not quite halfway past him. Bit of late braking might get him in front here. Not quite, they almost go side by side. Oh, it's again side by side. Oh, a little bit of a contact there between the wings and the right left tyre of Fruitful Coot. Guile 18's got in front of Medium Pilot. So it's Guile 18's turn to have a go at Fruitful Coot for the P2 position.
Yeah. Medium's let him go, hasn't he? He's thought, right, you have a crack of him.
Yeah.
Rick's asking for lap times.
Yep, sure.
It's a bit difficult.
No, I can sort that, mate.
I do know at this present moment in time, I do think Medium Pilot is holding the fastest lap, which is 1:40, but I could be wrong.
Nope, you're right there. I just put the graphic up for everyone to see the fastest laps.
Yeah, 1:40.9. You see, they say Alatak, Fruitful, and Medium Pilot are all setting reasonable paces in the 1:40s. Fruitful's slowing him up. Fruitful is slowing him up.
I think he is.
Guile and Medium need to get past this guy now. They've got to get him gone.
I think Guile 18 needs to put some serious pace on this Fruitful Coot now.
But do you remember what I said before we started this, before we got onto this? No team orders.
Yeah, exactly.
League orders. This is league orders.
I think he's got it. Guy 18 goes on the inside. Yep, he has. He's got it done. Fantastic move. So Guy 18 did get that move done, but he's getting put back now. Medium Pilot's back in the mix. So Medium Pilot and Guy 18 both going hell forever, but Guy 18 is up into P2.
They are wanting the gaps back on now. Thank you, Pure Blades.
There we go, guys. Intervals back up. Medium Pilot now up into P2. So we've got Al Attack, Medium Pilot, then Guy 18, then Raikkonen, then Fruitful Coot, then Sergio, then Laser Lord, Juventus and DCG. And in the last point scoring position so far is TMC Yahan. So absolutely fantastic racing so far, Gareth. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Chopping and changing. We've seen a safety car already, and we're just coming up to mid-race distance. 13 laps of 26 completed nearly.
There's been more passes in this race than the entire 2002 season. And that says, well, actually no, from 2002 to 2005 there's been more passes in this race. It's been absolutely electric, and the only one I want to see now is, I'm hoping Gao's going to be try and play sensible and let Medium Pilot go after Al Attack now, as long as Gao can keep Raikkonen behind him. Let's just hopefully, because Fruitful Coot, like I did say, Fruitful Coot's now starting to drop back. His tyres are gone. It's the tyres.
Yeah, Fruitful Coot's coming to the pits now. So I think Fruitful Coot was being the blocker car for COS and just slowing the pack down for Al Attack there. But that has released Medium Pilot and Guy 18, and the likes of Raikkonen as well, who's also still in the mix, to chase down Al Attack.
I was right about Fruitful Coot. Those tyres would not last. He's had to pit.
We didn't think they were going to last though, did we?
So at least we've got a bit of an idea now that these tyres are going to last in around about 13 laps before they go off. Yeah. So, but the halfway, oh, Draymond with a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, so they've got another 6-7 laps potentially before these guys have to come in. But all depends how good they're being on these tyres. Now, some of these guys are extremely good on these tyres.
I mean, they have burnt some fuel off now, Gareth. So I think it's been less punishing on these tyres, but I don't think they could realistically, with the driving they're doing now, I don't think they could get to the end if it stayed wet to the end, because they are really attacking each other. I mean, what would you normally get out of a pair of intermediates? 21 laps maybe?
Something around that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
We are being notified that Al Attack is running a dry setup. He's purely dry setup. Medium is starting. Yeah, Pilot is starting to reel him in. He's taking about half a second in that lap. He is starting to pull him in. Riggs even said, how is Al driving fast on a dry setup? So obviously Pure Blaze from COS has just basically stated, we say this every week, he's not human. The guy's driving with one hand. I mean, come on.
I'm seriously impressed by that, to be honest with you. Oh, Guile 18, 3-second time penalty.
Guile, come on, calm down. No, he's getting pressured by it. He's getting pressured by Raikkonen from behind. That's the only reason why. Look at Laserlord. He's up in 6th at the moment. DCG's in 8th. Yarham's fought back to 9th.
Wow. Fantastic. DCG up 8 positions. He was up 9 at one point, but yeah, up 8 positions. I'd be seriously happy. A GP4 racer in the points scoring positions and not even in the bottom 2 positions. So that's seriously impressive from DCG there.
That is. I think Spencer's having a really difficult race right now. I mean, he's going to do something eventually. But I say, Trayman, Badger and Sven on the bottom 3 places at the moment. I think they are just all struggling with this one at the moment. No one ever likes a wet race, especially if you do a dry setup.
Yeah,
apart from the inhuman Al Attack.
I do actually like the wet racing. I really do. I'm probably more, I won't say faster obviously, but I'm more skill set is around wet racing, to be honest with you.
Oh, I hate it. I can't stand it. I literally, I hate if it's a wet race. I'm like, nah, put me in the wall now.
So we just saw
'Cause
TMC Harmon. He was defending strong against Mitch 791. Mitch did get in front of him. Sorry to break you off, Gareth, but Mitch did get in front of him. But then TMC Yarham actually came back and put his stamp on the track and said, "No, you're not getting past me." So fair play from these two. We've also got DCG who's in 3/10 now of Juventus. He's all over the back of the gearbox of Juventus. So we could see DCG start to pull in Juventus and get another position in the closing stages of this race. 10 laps to go, Gareth.
Yeah, I think DCG's found his footing, to be honest, because he was a bit shaky to start with. But he seems to have found his rhythm. You know, he might have had a couple of tweaks done. He might just put a bit more aero, front aero onto his car when he went to the pit. He's found his feet now, so I can see DCG pushing on now, and hopefully getting further up that. Because like I said, he can get 7th, and who knows, he might be able to push Lazy Lord.
Yeah, he could, mate. Yeah, I mean, just looking down the order there, mate, from P1 to P10, there's 5 SFR races and there's 5 contested speed races. So it's an even split between the points at the minute. Five of each league in the top 10.
It is. While I've been looking at everyone else, by the way, Pilot's only a second behind. He's actually under a second now. He's hunting down Alatak like there's no tomorrow.
DCG nearly went for a move there, mate. I thought he was going to go for it, but he thought better of it. But he's all over the back of Juventus now. DCG, Yaham's retired from the session. No. What happened to Yaham? That's unfortunate from TMC Yaham. So that moves Rosa Sky one up at the points positions. DCG.
I think, to be honest, I think I went nowhere. Yaham's lost it. He's lost it on the old pitch straight, on the corner after pitch straight. I think his back end's just gone out from that, to be honest, which like I say, Sven did it early in the race. I think Yarm's just done the same thing.
Yeah, unfortunate stuff there. So we have lost a racer. We've lost TMC Yarm, and then we also lost P Waters earlier, and I believe there was someone going round in AI, was it, Gareth?
Yeah, I think Electro Dan is running around, and I think coming from COS as well, I believe Tichy is as well.
So pretty much 4 guys out of this race.
That's correct. Looking back at the top though, Pilot's only 8/10 behind Alatak here, so he's really... Alatak is getting attacked from the Pilot.
So yeah, less than a second. Obviously guys, no DRS because it is wet conditions, that is disabled. So the guys are purely relying on the rich fuel mixes and the ERS deployment modes to get any more power. Not that they will be using those as much as you would in a dry race. It's obviously you can get wheel spin if you're using too much power in wet conditions. So I imagine these guys. In fact, let's just really briefly put the lap data on. Yeah, he's up into overtake mode. So these guys look like they are using the ERS for their deployments, but Alatak isn't using any. He's on the 1 setting.
Yeah, he's holding it, isn't he? He's saving it. He knows Pilot's coming for him.
Yeah, I think so.
On the other hand, Badger's
similar...
just rode to 12th.
Wow. So fair play from Badger, but yeah, so these guys, I think pretty much from what we're seeing in a minute, Alatak or Medium Pilot will be the winner of this race. So I've not set off another commentator's curse there, but yeah, Alatak or Medium Pilot surely two are going to be the race winner today. But don't count out Guile 18. He's only 3.6 back. He's on fresh tyres. In fact, let's just put the tyre graphic on.
Yeah, let's see how fresh these tyres are, because I'm sure that we've got sector yellow flag in sector 2. That is Treyman.
Yeah, so pretty much all the front runners, or all the point scoring positions are on the exact same tyres, with Fruitful Coot now on fresh tyres chasing down Rosa Sky 1. Badger, he's way out.
I'm sorry, my eyes just... Why is Varamir on softs?
Oh, wow. That is very interesting. I'm glad you've spotted that, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, he is. He's on softs. He's on softs, mate.
But is it time for them?
No, nowhere near. Look at that. Nowhere near, I would say. There's still raindrops falling on the circuit. It's not as wet as it was at the start of the race, but it's still...
He's catching Trainman. I'm looking at sectors. They're not a lot, but he is catching him.
Wow, does he know something we don't?
it's in or there, near or there.
But he is a lap down though. He is a lap down.
Yeah, well, because like I say, further up Mitch is 35. Yeah.
Let's go to leader. So yeah, he's a full lap down, and so is Badger. Badger's on fresh set of intermediates, so either Badger's doesn't know what the weather's doing. Oh no, Varney just spins round and loses it. So maybe
it is.
Tires. Oh,
just
he doesn't.
It's just a little bit too wet, but I think we're getting some indication that I suppose in the next couple of laps, now is a lap down as the leaders go past. Maybe it's getting close. Because you are seeing those tyre lines now.
I know that. I agree with that. It's certainly drier, but there's still spray coming off the tyres.
And you'll always get spray coming off those inters, regardless whether it's dry or not. You always get them. Intermediates to softs, 7 seconds difference. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at this moment. Pilot's now only half a second behind. I'll attack. Yep, curbs equals wet, obviously. Yep. Even though into real life you put your foot, you put a tyre on the white line of the curb and that's it, goodbye car. In the game, you can quite happily cut them all you like and nothing happens.
So just running down the order, everyone's kind of settled in now, put interval back on. We have got the likes of Juventus on the back of DCG, but DCG, let's go to DCG because I think he's going to get past Laser Lord.
Yeah, Laser Lord's got to let him go. Laser's got to let him go.
Two SFR drivers, both brilliant drivers. DCG pulls to the left. Looks like he does get
Medium's in the pits.
Juventus coming around the outside on the rear, trying to capitalise on that situation, and almost went into the back of Laser Lord. Wow.
Oof, Christ, yeah, I'm just watching it now. Just let you know, Guile and Medium are both in the pits.
Wow. So, is it going to be slicks, do you think?
No, they're going on inters, man.
Wow.
They're doing inters. It's not ready for slicks, but Varmir is still going on those softs now. He's still pounding round.
He's still going for it, yeah. So we have got quite a lot of people in the pits.
Yeah, it was 13 laps. These were not going to go any further, but it all depends what now the top five. Because there's Alatag, Raikkonen, Sergei, DCG, and now Juventus. Now you're top five.
Wow. So 13 laps though. But I tell you what though, for the likes of Medium Pilot and DCG, very experienced racers, normally very good at looking after the tyres. This could be a very positive outcome for the likes of DCG and Medium Pilot.
Definitely, because like I say, Medium Pilot's now got fresh rubber. He's in 6th. He's going to chase down Juventus like there's no tomorrow. But
just
why
see Guile
would
18
Varmir
getting past Jacob there? Sorry to break you off, Gareth. Guile 18's got past Jacob. He's now into P8. Is Guile 18? He's on 13 lap old tyres as well. Sorry, he's on fresh tyres, passing Jacob on 13 lap tyres. So, like you were just saying about the tyres there before I broke you off, mate. 13 laps for race pace on intermediates, falling really short of the 18 to 21 that we would normally expect out of these. So, bit of a surprise life expectancy of those tyres, don't you think?
There's apparently Varmir is actually losing 16 seconds a lap, so wide on softs is beyond me. Apparently this one come from Pure Blades. Thank you very much for watching this as well. But he's saying that Jacob's running around with wing damage.
No.
I've not seen that.
But I didn't actually see Varmir actually going to the barriers. I thought he kept it out the barriers. Maybe I missed that, so I do apologise, guys. DCG's now in 3rd place, Gareth. Sorry to break you off again, mate.
Oh, keep doing it. This is brilliant. That's because
Alatag's in. Juventus and DCG side by side. He's momentarily got back in front as Juventus. Wow, sorry to break you off there, mate.
No, don't worry. I just watched it myself. The other one now is Pilot. Is that Alatag has been in. Pilot is only 4 tenths behind him.
Fantastic stuff. So Alatag on fresh intermediates. P1, Dark P4, all on 14 old lap tyres. We've got Guile 18 on fresh tyres in P7. So we could see a couple of moves coming from him anytime soon.
Keep an eye on Laser Lord, because he's down 11th at the moment. The top 4 have not pitted. Jacob and Rosa have not pitted. He lays a little top 5 here, easy.
Wow,
if not
think?
3rd, 4th, possibly.
5 laps to go, though, mate. 5 laps to go.
Can they do it? Can these top 4 keep on going?
He's nearly 10 seconds back, but we're just on board with Al-Attack, who's trying to get past Medium Pilot side by side. DCG needs to play the team game here and slow down Al-Attack here, I think. Al-Attack goes a little bit wide. Medium Pilot goes around the outside, takes a wider line. He'll get a better drive out of this next 2 corners.
Come on. Thank you again, Pure Blades. I think Jacob went into the barriers at Cops. We do apologise if we missed that, by the way. It's been so much going on at the front is where all the action's been, so we do apologise if we're not picking everything up.
Up into P3. Oh, he's just jumped 2 positions in 1. So he's got past Medium Pilot, and he's got past Juventus, but Juventus has been passed now by Medium Pilot, so we've got a lot of changing going on in the last 4 laps of this race.
They've still got 24. They've still got about 17 seconds to catch on Raikkonen with only 4 laps to go.
Wow.
Maybe pitting wasn't the best idea. It was Fruitful picks up a 3-second time penalty for. He's done well, Fruitful Coop, today. To be honest, I think he's had a stellar race. You know, being on the front row. But at the end of the day, it's the race pace of the more experienced guys that have just nailed it.
Yeah, totally.
He's actually fuel saving as well, by the looks of it. At the same time, looking on the telemetry, it's fuel saving.
Wow, so cracking stuff there. But we have got 4 laps. It'll be 3 laps to go when we finish lap 22. This has been an absolutely fantastic race. A great opening race for this bi-league competition. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I've really enjoyed this. But we've got 4 laps still to go. Anything can happen. Now, to me, does that look like it's probably as right as it's going to be, I think?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, with what looks like, I'm looking at everything. The environment is closing on Tichy. Tichy's AI, and so is Dan, so that's bound to happen regardless.
We've got
Sven and Train Man.
Laser Lord making a move on the back of Rosa. He's in the slipstream, he pulls to the left. He's got some serious overspeed. He's in overtake mode. He's dropped it back down. He's got no battery left though, as Laser Lord. So he is passed into P9 for that penultimate scoring position. DCG in 10th. Where was that in the pits there? It's not come from my screen yet, but someone is in the pit, and it's Rosa. Rosa is in the pits. So that releases DCG. He's guaranteed, without a mistake, he's going to guarantee get a 10 points, I believe it is, for 10th place. So fantastic from DCG. Laser Lord in P9. We've got the likes of Guile at 18, Medium Pilot, all in point scoring position from SFR. So fantastic stuff from the guys.
Oh, definitely. Medium and Al-Attack are catching. Sergei, whoa, hello, what happened there? So, yes, so Al-Attack's just moved into 2nd place. So it's basically COS 1, 2, 3 at the moment with Medium Pilot and Guile holding up for us guys in 4th and 5th.
Medium Pilot's
maybe
close though. He's close on the back of Sergei.
He is very close, but Sergei's just going to hold him off. He's just going to back him up.
No,
to be honest.
To the left though, he's gone left. He's up into overtake mode. Picks up the slipstream again. He goes to the right, he takes the inside line. He's going to get it done, he does. He gets it late on the brakes. Can he keep it on track? Yes, he can. So, Medium Pilot up into P3 position. We don't know penalties, guys. I do apologise about that. Because we could only have 22 people in the lobby. Gareth, my co-commentator, is actually unable to check the penalties like we normally would be able to do. So, apologies for that, guys. But penalties, I think. What do you think, Gary? I think penalties are going to play a big part here. I've not seen the front runners actually get any penalties, but
no, they haven't. I've not noticed any that have been popping up. It's been more of the ones in the middle, like Juventus. I know has picked one up. As DCG does get past Laser Lord in the end, there's not really many at all. I don't think Raikkonen's got, but he's 13 seconds down the goddamn road.
Wow.
Maybe, just maybe, shouldn't have come in for those fresh inters.
So there you go, guys. There's the pit stops there. Raikkonen's only done the 1 stop. Al-Attack and Medium Pilot both doing 2 stops, as is Guile 18. The likes of Sergi, Fruitful, Q, Juventus and Jacob all doing the 1 stop. Laser and DCG doing 2 stops. Mitch has done 3 stops because we saw him have that incident at the start of the race. Rose has done 2. That guy Sven's done 2. And we've also got Ogre Trainman done 2. Badger's done 3 because he had some issues as well. Tichy, Electro, Dan both doing 1 stops, and Varamaya on 3 stops.
I've just got a bit of a giggle myself. From Pure Blades, he goes, apologies lads, but go our you dirty Spaniard. Fair play, no, I actually quite enjoyed that one. Yeah, Al's gone. Al's gone. I mean, look, he's 2.5 seconds ahead of medium, because medium is on fuel saving. Yeah. Al Attack's been saving at ERS, so.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Al Attack's just got a fastest lap of 1:39.783. So yeah, he's obviously picking up the pace now, but he's got
39.7 from Al Attack. 39.7.
That's pretty impressive on the intermediate conditions. So yeah, fantastic from him. But Raikkonen, let's just remind ourselves where Raikkonen started, because we've not really actually mentioned much about Raikkonen, and he's got 8
We
positions.
haven't.
He's been
we haven't. No.
Bit of the grey man in this race, hasn't he?
He's been the dark horse.
Yeah.
We did mention him early when the top 4 are having a bit of a fight between Al Attack and Medium Pike Owl, and then obviously Fruitful Coup. He was there, and then he obviously dropped back. But fair play to him. He's doing it. He's doing what he needs to.
So just as we're coming into the penultimate lap, Gareth, for the podium positioning, basically. We're not going to do podium finishes. SFR are going to do the top 3 SFR finishes. So if you could you invite people into the party once they cross the line, mate?
I'll do my best, but I don't think I've got any on my friends list, I'm afraid.
Right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do that. It means we lose the stream image momentarily, but that's fine, mate, not a problem. So yeah, just as we're coming on to finish the penultimate lap 25.26. Medium Pilot is 2.2 seconds behind Al Attack, so it looks like it's going to stay there. Guile 18, 3 seconds back from Medium Pilot, then Fruitful Coup, then Sergi, then Juventus, Jacob, Laser Lord, and DCG bringing up the final. So I keep saying final point scoring positions, but we're actually scoring points all the way through the board.
Apart from the final 2, of course, unfortunately, because they have not. Really, they haven't done it all.
I think that includes Electro Dan as well, and Varam, because I think they're AI, aren't they?
Electro Dan and Varam, yes, they are both AI. But to be honest, with that one, we should. I think, to be fair, it's only because I say Tichy as well. He's AI. Varamir is not, because for some reason he's still running around on those softs. So Tichy and Electro Dan.
I still can't believe he's on softs.
I know. But I think it's best to have a chat with COS. If they're going to offer points to Tichy, if they do, then we'll do the same for Electro Dan. I think that's only fair.
So lap 26, we're just coming down the old Hanger Straight. We're on board with Medium Pilot. So today's SFR's fastest driver. He's done really well to get to where he is. He's up 1 position, so he has improved, as has Guile 18 in P4. He's up 1 position. Moving down the order to SFR finishers, Laserlord and DCG in 9 and 10. Laserlord's down 3, but DCG up 6 positions. Fair play to him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say all our guys have done well. I just think we made the wrong mistake by, well, coming in the pits, to be honest, because we would have had a good chance. But hopefully they take this on for next time round. Yeah. But they were only going by what they know. All the rest of them were just stayed out there. Sergi has a puncture.
Wow.
Right, that's why he's dropping back.
So there you go, we've just watched. Oh! Medium Pilot takes it on penalties, he's won the race!
Really?
He's won the race! Wow! Wow! So the penalties did play a massive part in that. Wow!
Wow,
so,
well.
Medium Pilot, the saving grace of SFR, coming through and taking the win. Fantastic stuff. Guile 18, he's up into P4, Gareth. And then Laserlord takes P8 and DCG takes 9. And then we've got that guy Sven in 13 but not crossed the line yet. So Laserlord, where will he? Laserlord jumps up into P7. Fantastic stuff. DCG
fantastic.
Jumps up to P9. We're just on board with Mitch from COS at the minute. He crosses the line. Sergey shortly after. Oh, he's way behind actually.
I mean, look how close it was. He won the race by 0.3 of a second. Al only finished second.
Wow.
By 36 hundredths.
Wow, lots of fantastic stuff from Medium Pilot there. So obviously keeping it clean. Absolutely brilliant tactic. Not pushing too much.
I must have missed. Thank you, Langfeld, for pointing that out, but I missed that coming up.
I did.
I've been trying to keep an eye on the penalties, but I didn't see Al get one.
I didn't either.
Thank you so much for that. It is difficult when you do this kind of commentary, as unfortunately Dan's the only one that can actually check anything. Unfortunately, I can't. I only can do what's on the screen. So, there you have it. Wow.
Amazing.
Listen, Owen Wilson. It's time for Owen Wilson. Wow.
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 Oh, God. So, SFR's Medium Pilot bringing on the first race victory. Well, I salute you, Squire. Well done, mate. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Let me just take a quick picture of that.
Driver of the day, Medium.
Yeah, definitely.
Easily.
Right, so we've got our race winner, Medium Pilot. Then we've got Al Attack in P2, Raikkonen in P3, Gal 18 in P4, Fruitful Coot in 5, Juventus in 6, Laser Lord in P7, Jacob in 8, DCG in 9th. Then we've got Mitch in 10th. We've got Sergi in 11th, Rosa Sky 1 in 12th. We've got That Guy Sven in 13, Badger in 14, Ogre Trainman in 15, Tichy in 16, Electro Dan in 17, Varamea in 18, and then TMC Yamin in 19, and then bringing up the rear in the last position is P Waters. Wow, what an absolute fantastic opening race. I really enjoyed that. What about you, Gareth?
That unexpected. I wasn't expecting that at the end with the penalties, but that was brilliant. Like from Medium Pilot Al, Guile, Fruitful Coot when he was up there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm just sorting out the commentary, the interviews positions, mate. But I will get back to it just shortly. Invite. We'll be 2 seconds, guys. So we've got Guile 18, Laser Lord, and we got Medium Pilot. Right, so there we go. That should be sent. We'll get back to that. So yeah, there you go, guys. What were you saying, Gareth? I had to cut the stream off there to invite everyone through.
Yeah, I was just saying I couldn't see the rest, where people were feeling, but a lot of them, obviously from our guys, are saying that drive of the day's Medium all day long. Philip Sandblom, must have been someone from COS, said he had zero grip this race, so I must have been, I'm not sure if he's one of our guys, as I don't know the full names of everybody.
Sorry, I should have sent that to you myself, mate. Yeah. Still a brilliant opening race, I thought. Absolutely fantastic. Wet conditions, Silverstone. Wouldn't be Silverstone without it being raining, like you said earlier, mate. But I really enjoyed that. We had quite a lot of position changes, quite a lot of action on track. Apologies for missing certain things, but we'll get it right next week.
Indeed we shall. The question is, where are we next week? That is the one.
That is the question, and we will let everyone know exactly where we are next week when we find out. We've just seen Laser Lord join the party. Welcome, Laser Lord.
It's the Lord of Lasers.
Yeah, so just while we're waiting for the other guys to take up their positions in the commentary box, how was that race for you, mate? Because we struggled to keep track of all the action.
I can tell. Yeah, I can tell you, I really struggled. Did not like the rain. Had to run a dry setup all race, which really didn't help. And overheated my tyres, so pretty poor. I just had to keep in a straight line. That's what soaked in on.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think we heard from Gareth. Let us know from the other stream feed. Was it Al Attack, Gareth, that was on a dry setup as well, or was it Fruitful?
Yeah, he was running a dry setup with a broken wrist. So
that's not great.
Yeah, so he obviously was just using his left hand to change gears, basically. So full credit to him, but God, what a race!
I'm considering letting DCG go, but I figured I was faster in some parts and he was faster in some parts. I've let him go. I'll just catch him back in the parts I'm faster in.
But to be fair, though, you could have worked out well. You could have just towed each other along in certain places and away you went.
And into it didn't. I don't think it works as well as that, honestly.
It was good. We caught quite a lot of action between you two, Laser. You were swapping positions quite a lot on 2 of the laps that we saw. It looked like you really were quite matched for pace. So we were actually discussing DCG is good in the wet, and we was wondering who was going to be victorious between you two. Obviously, you came out on top by the end of the race, so fair play to you, mate.
Yeah, thanks. I knew he had loads of penalties though. I saw the amount of track extensions he was doing, so I think he had like 4 sets of 3 seconds of penalties, and I didn't have one, so
yeah,
I think that would have made a big difference.
I think next week, if Gareth's doing it with me, we'll both try and keep track of the penalties. We'll probably write them down.
I do. I can do that. I do have a trusty pad which I use.
I normally do myself, Gareth. To be honest with you, I do normally do penalties myself, but I think because of the excitement of the first race, I forgot to totally take penalties down.
There was so much going on with that race, but I mean, from your perspective, though, Les, I mean, you know, this is the buy league, so it's not just obviously from where yourselves from GP2, but you have the Prem guys in there as well, the GP3 guys, and like you say, DCG, it's only GP4.
Yeah,
it's all good fun.
I'll just double check the party settings, guys. I don't think we're being joined by any of the other guys.
Oh, I just didn't have the pace. I've never been that great in the wet in this game, and the dry setup definitely didn't help. So I ran.
Yeah, fair play, mate. Right, I don't think we're going to be joined by our race winner, unfortunately. So it looks like you're the only interview we've had, Laser. Is there anything you want to indicate to the guys watching about the race? Because we saw, just after the safety car, we saw the majority of the field dive in. I think it was lap 6 or 7, I believe it was. And towards the end, we saw another considerable batch of people coming in for fresh rubber. I think it was lap 21, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's when everyone realised.
Yeah, were the intermediate tyres only lasting 13 laps, or was that just people not looking after them? Can you give us some indication of that?
I'm honestly not a person to ask, so I span out my rears a lot, but for me, it was 65% with like 7 laps remaining, so I knew I wasn't going to make it. That's why I pitted. And somebody, I think, got a penalty from the other league who didn't pit, so it was worth it, I think.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much 13 laps on intermediates was it round here, was it?
For me, I think, yeah, but maybe different for other drivers. And I've still got to hope it's dry in Bahrain, because I think I had really good pace if it was dry. I think quali, I was pretty fast.
Okay, so that'll be interesting, very interesting. Right, so I think, unless, Gareth, if you've got anything else, mate, I think that's it for this evening. Gareth, any more questions for Laserlord?
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I did. I'd much rather be dry again, because I was more worried about keeping the car in the right direction than spinning. And after safety car, I tried to back Juventus up into DCG as much as possible as well.
Yeah, I was expecting some interleague orders may come into play at some point.
I was going pretty fast for me, but I was like battling harder than I probably would have if someone wasn't there behind me to take him out or overtake him.
No, it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to next week so we can do it all again.
Yeah.
It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be good.
Correct.
Yeah, I look forward to that too. So, right, Laserlord, thank you ever so much for joining us in the commentary box. You get yourself off and we'll join you next week. Where is it? Bahrain, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, fantastic. So there you go, guys. That's the track choice for next week. It is the Desert Skies of Bahrain. Mad Dog, I keep calling you Mad Dog, it's Mad G, but yeah, Gareth, are you going to join me next week?
Hey, if you want me, I'm here.
I'll have you all day long, mate. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So, I'm Energy Dan, and you've also been joined by Gareth, also known as Mad G. Been an absolutely fantastic opening race for the Bio League competition. Join us next week, same time, for Bahrain, where we get hot under the desert skies. Can't wait for it. Gareth, thanks for joining me, mate. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next week, mate.
Cheers, Dan. I'll see you next week, buddy.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.